Right, well, as we are in New Zealand, we have the phenomenon of 4 seasons in one day, and in just about 15 minutes the sun's out now quite strongly. Sun hats on. Here's a good trick, especially for Australian and New Zealanders: an oversized old man's business shirt. Why? Because that style has a big collar, helps prevent the back of your neck and that getting all sunburned, and especially if it's a couple of sizes oversized, it comes down long enough, it's a bit baggy, lets the air through, and it protects even the back of your hands from being sunburned. So there we go. Here's one I prepared earlier. Well, okay, this is the part 3. This is just the one I potted up. And I noticed as I was repotting it, lots of earwigs were coming out. And I do remember from my textbook a quote: earwigs will eat almost every above ground part of almost every plant except bromeliads. Bromeliads are, of course, your true pineapples and various kind of false pineapple type plants, which have a very thick, stiff leaf. So there we go. It's got one pup still with it, and a couple of rooty bits that were starting to form new pups. That's back in about the same size pot, about a 7-inch or 175mm diameter pot. And that's done that one. This one here, I just used the pruning saw to knock a few more bits off that off, so I can fit it in there and fit. As it was, I would have had to put it right up against the edge of one pot and only put fresh potting mix on one side, but because I pruned off the roots a little bit more, I was able to centre it more. I've already done that one, I'll just show you this one. So this is the new potting mix, so we know it's not going to be all full of weed seeds in that. Bottom's a bit crooked there. That'll do. You don't have to be too kind to these, they're really tough. And as I say, rot is sort of the big thing to watch out for. Just trying to shake it around the edge there as much as I can without getting spiked. As I said in the earlier video, I actually find I get spiked less by not wearing gardening gloves. But that's a system that works for me. This is moist enough that hopefully it stops you getting Legionnaire's disease and dying. It is more convenient if it's dry. I guess if you had a system of sterilising potting mix and then letting it dry out thoroughly, that's why, like, if you get dry beach sand, it's like really easy to sort of filter down the side of the pots here. With some cacti in the past, and succulents and agaves and yuccas and things, if you can get hold of dry sand, whether it's actual genuine beach sand or whether it's just coarse builder's sand from the DIY or hardware store, you can then mix that with your potting mix if you want. I used to do that in the past, but then at the sort of hardware store DIY price, buying the sand was dearer than buying the potting mix. And yes, it made it a bit more free draining, but these modern potting mixes are pretty free draining anyway. And if you just don't water your plants too much, and if you've got them outside, put them in areas where they don't cop a lot of rain, you know, such as, depending on what direction the wind comes from and the rain in your area. But, you know, don't put them by a little corner of the roof where it always spills water onto the plant below. Put something like mint there that wants lots of water, and not a cactus or a yucca or an agave or something like that. I think that'll do. It's quite moist, that potting mix, so I'm not sure if I might even not water that at all, but the advantage of watering it is if I've left any hollows and haven't packed it down properly, you sort of see it and you can pack it up a bit. And so yeah, that's one advantage. I just might give them one water each, and I'll just put them somewhere, and I probably won't water them much for the rest of the summer. Even though that's only a cheap potting mix, it does contain a small amount of a slow release fertiliser. It's currently late December, so this is our midsummer period. So we expect another 2 months at least of sort of warm, mostly dry weather. And we tend to have quite a low rainfall here in the summer. So, but the advantage of leaving them a bit dry is just any cut off root bits which have been cut off or broken off, they're less chance of rot sort of getting in there and getting up into it. So for these two larger ones, I think I'll just I just don't think I'll water them at all. Or they can have one water now and that'll be it. And this can have some watering. But yeah, 9 or so little pups there, not counting a few over here that I seem to, I mean I could try planting them, but golly, there's 9 spare ones. And so yeah, that'll do me for the day actually, and I'll just give these things a quick water and that'll be it. Oh, there was actually something else I was going to plant. We were given some vegetables, including these, which I don't know what it is. Mum thought it was a turnip. I thought it was just an old beet, sugar beet or beetroot or whatever that had tried to go to seed. This one, as you can see, it's not dried out now, but it's got the remains of roots on it. It's got, goodness, 10, 15 growing points on it, whereas a normal beetroot has sort of 1. We've got another one here. I'm trying to work out which way up is it. This is a bit damaged, this one. That might have been its root end. This might have been the upward end. So I'm actually wondering if I should just plant these in a pot and see what grows. So that's actually also what I thought I might do. And as you can see, they're sort of red colour, and then it sort of splits, and then this bit I've a little bit flaked off and I threw it away just a moment ago. See, it sort of splits and you can see the white, which I guess is just, maybe it's just because the root's drying out, I don't know. So I thought I'd plant this one up to, just to be a little bit into the ground. Plant this one a bit deeper, see how they go. Put them in a pot. I'll just use some cheap reused potting mix for them. If the little seedlings pop up around it, that's alright, I know what they are, and I'll just pull them out. But and see if I actually get a couple of these almost look like green tips, as if with a wee bit of moisture in it might suddenly start to grow again. So I don't know what they are. If you know, put a comment in the comment section. Thank you very much. This is Catherine, Christchurch, New Zealand, signing out for now.